Hello, guys. This is Pinkie the Housewife. Thank you all for being here with me this evening. I have the video for the Village of Dolton special board meeting and regular board meeting for June 2nd, 2025. And it's the full video. So I will go ahead and play that video for you all. And thank you all for being here. If you can, do one thing for me before we get started. Um, Make sure you go ahead and hit the like button for me. That's to keep me in the algorithm. But I will be showing the full video of the Village of Dolton special board meeting, and it's also the regular board meeting, June 2nd, 2025. All right. Thank you, guys. And let's give special thanks to everyone that helps put this together and everything. So here we go. Credit goes out to also Lansing Journal. Um, it will be down in my description box below my video. All right, guys, are you ready? I'm going to go ahead and bring the video to you. And also, just make sure you hit that like button and go over and support the Lansing Journal, the newspaper for the city of Dolton. All right, thank you, guys. Let me make it big for you so you can see it better. And then also, so I'm going to put the special caption on so you can, so everyone can be able to watch the video. Here we go. I'm starting the video a little ahead because that way you don't have to sit and wait so long because there's 9 minutes and 35 seconds. So you don't have to wait for the meeting to start. I'm going to go ahead and start it now. Thank you, guys.
Good evening. How's everybody today? Hang on. Mic check, mic check. Okay. How's everybody? All right. So I want to see if we can call to order this regularly scheduled board meeting for the Board of Trustees. Oh, okay. No, we're going to open with our public special board meeting of trustees, the public hearing to adopt the appropriation budget for the fiscal year of 2024 through 2025. This is the year that just closed in May, so this is a catch-up budget as we go into the next year. So I'll ask Clerk Key if she could do a roll call to bring this meeting to order.
Good evening, everyone. Trustee Tammy Brown. Present. Trustee Brittany Norwood is absent. Trustee Stan Brown.
Present.
Trustee Brett Belcher. Here. Trustee Steve.
Present.
Trustee Holmes is absent. We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you very much. I think on here, the budgets were made available right here. They have been posted, well, they've been available in the clerk's office with proper notice within more than 30 days ago, available for pickup. I will note this budget is the year that has already passed. So when it comes to the projections, we just took our actual numbers that came in and put them as the budget because it didn't make sense to project numbers for a year that has already passed. As we go into this year, we've already started our budget preparations for FY26. So we're behind the scenes having a couple of shouting matches that I'm sure everybody would love to see, and we're trying our hardest to keep it behind the scenes. But with that being said, the budget process for FY26, we work out a preliminary budget that will come from the mayor's office. It will be presented to the trustees, and upon agreement, we will hold an additional public hearing for feedback and comments prior to reaching this point. All this must be done by July 31st, and we're going to work speedily to try to have it ahead of that time frame. With that being said, I'm going to do a little bit of reverse order because I'm getting. Okay. I'll go a little reverse order just because we did not have any comment whatsoever from community. So before doing an actual vote, I'm going to bring public comment up to ask anybody if they have questions of this body at this time for the budget is given. Going once, twice, Creighton? Okay. Citizens address. That is a great question. So the intention as we move forward really will be that we, Ms. Creighton, if you wanted to, you can still come up to the podium. The intention really is that we get back to our committee of the whole meeting. Committee of the whole will have all discussion with no voting or no action being taken. So you'll have one meeting for people to discuss, to listen to the thoughts of the board, also have comments at that time with no action. And then the next meeting, there will be citizens address at the beginning, but you will have had 2 weeks to reach out to any one of the board members, myself, and discuss any questions that you have, as well as public comment preceding the meeting. So the public comment will still be at the front, but most of the action items should have already been discussed with more than 2 weeks notice. Absolutely.
Good evening, everyone. Mayor, I'm coming to you to ask you a very important question. Where do you see my involvement in the village of Dolton rebirthing?
Well, that caught me off guard.
You know what? I'll give you time to think about that.
I certainly will. Now I'm worried because I think the next person gonna propose when they get up there. No, I'm teasing. But we continue to partner as we have. The work that you've done with the park district has been tremendous, and what the work you've done for the community over the last more than 20, I was gonna say well over 20, 30 years speaks for itself. So we'll continue to work in that capacity.
And I just want to invite everyone out to Father's Day cookout that will be on Father's Day. So you're all invited to come and enjoy and have an awesome time with family and friends and the good fellowship. You know what? Young people are, we have a jumpy house, we have lots of games, lots of prizes. So come on out on June 15th. Here at Dolton Park, always at Dolton Park. And we do this little thing that we make homemade ice cream. Churning ice cream with rock salt, not with an electric. Thank you.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right on up there. We can't. We won't get to see your smile from there because we want you on record.
Good evening, everyone. Board and everyone on the dais. I have a couple of questions about village amenities right now. What is the procedure now for, I guess it's a twofold, code enforcement? Do we have code enforcement officers, and are they certified?
Yes, we do have code enforcement officers. At the moment, they are not certified. There was a meeting with the village administrator last week with an individual that gave us a price to bring them into compliance, and within the next 3-month period, I anticipate them to be certified.
Okay, and how are we going to handle housekeeping, lawns, things of that nature? Because I've been working with the village administrator, which you know, and I will report that after almost all summer and all spring, the grass was cut Saturday. But my neighbor's ideology is we are renters, so we're not tenacious about our grass. And anybody seen my Facebook know I'm tenacious about mine. And how are we going to handle it? Because he mentioned something about putting liens on the property. Are we going to go after the owners of this property?
Oh, you're 5 steps down the road. We're going to start with warnings. We're going to start with a warning.
Okay.
And progress. It's kind of like anything else. It'll be progressive discipline.
Okay.
When it comes down to the grass cutting, we put out we approved the RFP process last month, and we did not feel the responses that we intended. I expected there to be more. So Trustee Steve took the lead in the past week with identifying a vendor to get the ball rolling and told them to start immediately. So I'm happy to hear that you said as quickly as Saturday that they've been out
I don't
there.
know if they were your vendors, but they were there Saturday and they did cut it, and I thank you guys for that. But
Yes,
if
and I'll say,
we're
Mhm.
held accountable, I think they ought to be held accountable.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Can I say something?
One question, I'm sorry, this is Georgia, so start her minutes on that. What happens when we call for the police and there's no police available, and when it is an in progress? I received a call now that I'm on the commission, and they were told, and I called Kiana because I'm like, okay, I'm not working yet, but where do they go? You had a drunk driver, and there were witnesses and tore up property, and nobody could come out. And I had an incident similar to that, and I got hit by my insurance with the losses because there was no police. Are there supervisors in the office? Are there supervisors on their street? Are there somebody that can handle it if the officers on the street are tied up?
So that's a case by case now, and I'll never make light of any incident like that where the 911 call is. But we do have to know or look at situationally how many people do we have on shift at that moment in time. We did put an advertisement out that we are hiring because we are in need of additional officers. Additionally, we've all had conversations with the county sheriff's office, who has indicated that they are available to give us assistance as well. So we will see a lot more presence from them. And if you're not seeing a response, you call back in. Obviously, contact the trustee Belcher, which is a good one. And then please also contact the mayor's office if necessary, so that way we can really hone in on what happened on each case by case basis. Yes. So please, we can take. Yeah, we'll take notes and we'll make sure we follow up.
Hi, now I want to make sure this is public comment for the budget or in general.
It's for the budget, but I love discussion. So.
But do we get another opportunity to speak at the other meeting or?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll keep this to just the budget. I just kind of want to understand the process, because like this is my first time really, seeing a budget at a meeting. So, and I understand what you said as far as, because this is last year, you actually just went back and put actuals instead of projections. I mean, that makes complete sense. My question is this something that is going to be distributed at each meeting the budget or a budget, or is it a specific, or is this just for the fiscal year, or like, what does this represent?
It represents our annual budget. So one time per year, we have to pass a budget that represents our projected spending for the upcoming year. So this would be our general fund, our MFT fund, TIP funds, that every dollar that the village has and intends to spend, where the money's coming from and where it should go.
Okay, and this fiscal year, this one, it ends 4/30. So did the new one just start May 1st? Oh, okay. So is there going to be an updated budget that you guys are working on now?
There will be a new fiscal year. So that one is considered fiscal year 2025.
Sure.
We're working on fiscal year 2026 that will end April 30th, 2026.
Got it. And we're in it right now, though, right? I mean, it's
Correct.
okay. All right. Thank you.
And I wanted to say that years ago, that when we have a budget meeting, everybody would come and get a copy, and we would go through line by line. It may take a few hours. We go through line by line. So once we get the budget, have the budget meetings, they will be available. It'll be online and be here, that you can have to get a physical copy and just follow along right with us.
Thank you, Ed. Good evening. Great in the name of the Father. Good evening, everybody. And all I want to, we just found a way. Y'all got to find a way for these animals in the budget. And I mean, you got to find a way, because look at me. Back one already. That was foul to see how the dog came over. And please do something for the ATVs, because I mean, the people got them out here. So if y'all could just look into an ordinance. I found some of our old ordinance, and I told, thank you, Nikita, that I make sure she get it so Clerk Keys can go and put them out there so the people can start seeing them. Look, they still findable, y'all. Now that's revenue.
So, Ms. Hill, you guys will be happy to know that finally the clerk's office is beginning the process for codifying all of the
Yes.
ordinances.
As they are.
That process will probably take anywhere from 5 to 12 months.
I know.
But once it's completed, it will be on a website. You can go in there and look for ordinances
Okay.
way back when up into current. Each month, as we pass additional ordinances, they will be added to that website.
Thanks.
So you no longer have to FOIA or come to me. They'll be on the website.
Oh, that's why.
But
I
you-
want to thank Lady Iris too. Y'all don't give him no hard.
Good evening, everyone. I am just going to announce that June 14th is going to be an extremely busy day. So Neighborhood Housing Services is doing our beautification project on the 14th at the fountain. So we're going to clean the fountain, replace the mulch, trim some trees, paint some buildings and all of that. You're all welcome to come out and enjoy in all of the labor. And it's in collaboration with the village, so please come out. I do want to caution, if you are going to bring children, we don't have a lot for kids to do, and we will be working with tools, so be a little bit mindful of that. And if you bring a rake or a pick or something, that would be helpful too. I do know that that's Tea with the Trustees Day. I'm not sure if that's a conflict with it, but you can have tea with us, but we'll just have water. We won't have the tea, but we will have hot dogs and all of that stuff. So come out, we're gonna clean up those lions. I didn't even know those lions were brass. But we're gonna clean those up, paint the benches, the garbage cans, and all of that wonderful stuff. So please come out and help. On June 14th, 8 a.m., you can register online at our website, nhschicago.org, or you can see me. I'll be hanging out in the back.
Thank you very much. That's a question.
Excuse my tardiness. I was in the garden cutting grass, so please excuse my tardiness. I want to announce two things, Mayor. First thing is on Juneteenth, June 19th, we will be having a free concert at our church in the parking lot. Javon Watson and Javon Watson Experience will be there. So we're asking all community members to come out. You can bring your grill, bring your own refreshments. We're going to be right inside of the parking lot. This is our third season of doing free concerts. And so we're inviting everyone to come out and be with us on Juneteenth. It's a community event, okay? Secondly, I just wanted to announce to all the fathers and mothers, starting Sunday, June 8th, I'm starting my Father's Day series, which is entitled The Lawnmower Man. And I would encourage every male, if you can make it out, to come. Again, it's entitled The Lawnmower Man. All right. Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Absolutely.
Good evening, everyone. I don't know if this is the right time or if this is appropriate, but I'm here. I live in Dolton at 219 East 148th Street. I have a problem with the food system. And every time there's a heavy flood, the water comes up in my basement, and nobody's doing anything about it. I've been out here for 20-something years, and I keep on trying to get help, and I can't get anything. I had an insurance company to cancel me because I had so many floods. And again, I can't get any help.
Mr. Bunch, are you able to meet with her? Okay. All right. See, right. We're going to get you with our public works superintendent. Right. Okay. Any additional comments at this time? Hearing none, I'm going to entertain or ask that there could be a motion to adopt the appropriation for the budget ordinance 25-002 for the fiscal year 2024 and 25.
I make a motion to adopt the budget for the fiscal year 2024 to 2025.
Second. Hearing a motion by Trustee Belcher, second by Trustee Stan Brown. Any discussion? Hearing none, Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, and then we're just gonna note for the record, Trustee Holmes has joined approximately 6:32. With that, we are going to conclude our public hearing component of the House for a motion to adjourn and move into our regularly scheduled board meeting.
I make a motion to adjourn the session.
Second. Here, a motion by trustee Belcher, second by trustee Holmes. Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 6:48 p.m.
Okay, next we will call to order our regularly scheduled board meeting for June 2nd. Do we need to do another roll call? Probably. I'll ask
Yeah.
Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown. Present. Trustee Stan Brown.
Present.
Trustee Belcher.
Here.
Trustee Steve.
Present.
Trustee Holmes.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. I'll ask everybody to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remain standing. Pastor Fletcher, mind leading the prayer? Yes, sir. Yes, you said it first. Father, thank you. God, thank you for all that you do that for you now, God, that you put us in this meeting, God. We know that you for leading us. God, we pray for strategies to be released. Thank you, devil. God, we thank you that nothing is impossible for you. God, the glory, honor, and praise. In Christ Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, we are back to citizens' address or public comment. Any additional comments? Anything pop into somebody's mind in the last few moments? There we go.
How you doing? I'm Thelma Price, and I just want to, I'm just so happy that Mayor House and the board is talking about cleaning the village. That's a big thing for me, and it's a big thing. I want to say thank you. The police department was on my block, and we have like a shop, auto shop, and they got cars on the sidewalk, breaking down cars, and they made them move. And I was just so happy because we have to make people respect our community. You know, and back then, it's been going on, but back then it was under Hinyard, and I didn't know if they was giving her money or whatever. I couldn't say anything. But the police went over there, made them get all those cars off the sidewalk, because you couldn't even walk down the sidewalk because they had all the cars on the sidewalk, and they moved their cars around. They have some more property where they didn't move the cars, which I'm happy about that. I was talking to the superintendent of public works, and I'm noticing there's a lot of trash on Sibley. And I said, you know, I didn't get a chance to go out for me to investigate it. But you know, the bus shelters, I'm wondering, do they have garbage cans? Because people are standing there at the bus and they're throwing their trash on the ground, and it's dirtying up our community. So how do we get in contact with PACE? Because those are their shelters, and they're supposed to clean the garbage out of there and make sure it's clean and all of that. And you know, I'm just so happy that you guys are cleaning the village, and it has sparked a pride. Even on my block, everybody cutting it. Well, we never had problems with cutting grass on our block. But I could tell people buying flowers, people are just so excited, and that pride is back. And my husband had a chance to go into the village, and he said, as soon as I hit the door, people was like, good morning. I mean, he was like, oh my God, it was just so different, you know. And when you at work and you're not uptight, you can be like that, give that customer service. And I just wanted to thank the people that work the village, public works, just all the departments. Thank you so much. And we going to the moon. We gonna clean this village up, and we gonna be shining bright because we have the right, correct leadership. And I'm just so happy about everything that's happening in the village. So I don't know if you can get in touch with those people at PACE to see if they could start doing that. And even the abandoned properties, can we get in touch with the people that have got the mortgages? Because if Public Works cut the grass, we need to be fining them. We need to be charging them, So that's it. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here. This is my 4th year here living in Dolton. For the most part, it's been okay. I live right off University in Sibley. I'm here just to get some guidance. I've been in contact with Trustee Brown. He's been real helpful. Just giving me guidance on what to do, how to go about situations. Just recently, the building next to us for over a year now has been vacant. The Dolton police have stepped in, came, they boarded the building, did everything, but these squatters, right, I guess that's what you call them, they dug holes in the boards, they have ladders coming up to the windows, they're using drugs over there, drugs transactions going on. My kids, other kids on the block, they riding by, they're seeing this, they're telling us this. Every time we call the Dolton police now, it's nothing we could do about it. That's private property. So too, I'm asking if someone can get in touch with these abandoned buildings to see who are the owners, whether it's the banks, so that they can come in or send security to see what's going on in these buildings. Secondly, the laundromat that's across from this abandoned building, the squatters have taken over. They think this is their block and it's not. They have started partying in the laundromat building. So myself and the landlord owner Milton, we've been calling the police every day since someone here, he does not give them permission to party in that lot. They party until 3, 4 in the morning. I can't sleep. My kids can't sleep. So they have the nerve to leave from the lot to go right in front of the squatter's house with barbecue grills, tables, drinking, playing music and everything. And it's my block. And they try to speak, to try to build a relationship. And I say, you shouldn't be here. Don't speak to me. Why are you here? So we just need help. So I plan to go from door to door asking neighbors to say, hey, this is our block. We need to get our block back. They don't even live here. I see if it's one of us out trying to do things to bring the community together. They don't live here and they doing illegal activities. And they don't live there and they ruining the neighborhood. I look out my window and I like this broken window, boarded houses. I don't want to see that. I pay property tax here and it just went up $2,000. So I have a voice and I'm going to speak and stand on it. And I'm asking everybody to do the same. When you see something not right, call the police. Right? That's what we pay them to do, to come protect and serve. Okay? Thank you.
I know exactly where we're at.
Sibley, right at the laundromat, it's the Dunkin' Donuts where they did cop on the roof. Yeah, we right down that block. It was nice and quiet. But now it's loud. And this my husband here, this crazy ass on the
Just to piggyback on what the young lady was up there before about Sibley. Sibley look like the Wild Wild West. We're on a new leadership. Let's see how you get the house. Public Works, we need more work. The police department, all y'all need to be fired. You need to, more professional. They need to be more vetted before you even hire them. They do no work. They tell you nothing we could do. Squatters, the building is boarding up. How they squatters? There's no entry to the building. Get them out of there. Simple. Thank you.
Comments received.
Yeah. You got that?
Yeah. Trustee Holmes?
Yeah. On the squatter situation, I believe, I have to pull it up this evening, but I believe the state of Illinois, I got to find out, I believe they passed it so that it gives the police officers more authority and more power to go in there and pull them squatters and get them squatters out of there, because it used to be that they go there, there's nothing they can do. They can throw a piece of paper to get off the internet with saying that, oh, they signed this lease and it's a fake lease, and the officers couldn't do anything. But I believe, I'm 100% for sure, I'm gonna pull it up this evening. I get it to the mayor, I get it to the clerk so they can get it out, because I believe it's giving the police department and officers more authority to get those squatters out of there, because usually they couldn't touch them. But I believe they just passed it for the whole state of Illinois. All right.
Let me say that I apologize. I didn't realize that the previous meeting was the budget meeting. I apologize. That was not my intent to be out of order. Thank you.
That's quite all right.
Well, first, good evening again. This is my first meeting with the new administration, so congratulations. I want to get on a topic, and I don't mean to bring unnecessary contention to the meeting, but I really do feel like it needs to be addressed, and it's specifically to you, Andrew Holmes. I was kind of actually surprised to hear you just speak and offer input on that situation. I mean, that's really kind of what you should have been doing. Your conduct has been just outrageous. I feel like you abandoned the people. You made it seem like it was never even about the people. You made it seem like it was about pushing Tiffany's agenda. The way you voted solidified that belief. A lot of people want you to resign. I know that you were asked. I think that you refused. But honestly, people really don't want you here. And I'm just being honest. This is not personal. This is just what the community is really feeling because of just everything that has been going on with you. And you have not said one word on anything. And those are some pretty serious allegations to not address them at all and just kind of slide back in like it's business as usual without anything, any explanation, any apology for not being here, the way that you voted, you know, whatever allegiance you had to Tiffany, that should be addressed. You don't just come back in here and act like nothing happened. And it seems like that's what you've been doing. So that's why I wanted to speak. And I didn't want to take that time during the budget meeting. Never had a conversation with you personally. I don't desire to. And that's unfortunate because you're really the only person that I just do not desire to even engage with. And I think that other residents share that same sentiment. So, you know, and I'm just, you know, I'm not yelling at you. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm literally speaking what I think a lot of people are feeling right now. And I feel at some point, be it tonight or at some point, you need to open up your mouth and give an explanation to everything that has been levied against you and not just weasel your way back in here as if you don't owe any explanations. That's it. Thank you.
No, I'm not just going to address it in due time, but I must remain silent.
Okay. We will go. Any additional comments at this time? All right, hearing none, we'll go next into general announcements. Any announcements? Trustee Belcher.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I have a few announcements. I received from one of the residents today that CAC Manufacturing Pre-Apprentice has a 10-week training program, a summer cohort from July 14th to September 22nd at Governor State University. This is for children that may have just graduated out of high school or from 16 to 24. It's at Governor State. It's a 10-week apprentice program, and it starts July 14th and goes to September 22nd. So if anyone is interested, I do have the information. They may know someone that may be interested or have some children interested in the apprentice program. 16 to 24, I had to go look it up online. Also, Cook County has a program. It's called Lead Care Cook County, which is a free lead service line replacement for daycare providers. So if we have any daycare providers in the village of Dolton, this is a free program to the daycares. So we have talked many times about different things that we need to start improving and making better in our community. So if these businesses are servicing our children, this is a free program through Cook County. It's called Lead Care Cook County, and it's for suburban Cook County child care providers. If anyone is interested in getting additional information, I do have some additional information. I can be reached at kbelcher@vodalton.org. That's KBELCHER@vodalton.org or 708-738-7986. That is my cell phone number. But I think we need to start taking advantage of resources that we have available to us. We have people that we get in these positions and we're not benefiting from it. And if the county is offering something and we can benefit from it, or you know somebody that can benefit from it, we need to talk to one another and help each other to make sure we're bringing valuable resources to the community.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Any additional announcements at this time?
Yes, Mayor, may I be recognized?
Trustee Tammy?
Good evening, everyone. I have a couple of announcements, so please bear with me. Juneteenth celebration, Saturday, June the 14th at Dolton Public Library, 1:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. The address is 14037 Lincoln Avenue. It says, we invite you to share your expressions towards what Juneteenth means to you through spoken word, song, dance, art, or whatever brings your soul joy. So come on out to the Dolton Public Library. They have an awesome Juneteenth celebration each year. So we are inviting everyone, whether you live in the village of Dolton or not, please come out to Dolton Public Library and celebrate Juneteenth with us. 1:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. And that's Saturday, June the 14th, which we have a busy day that day. So, we also have tea with the trustees that Saturday at 9:30, right here at 14700 Everett Street, and it is the Lester Long Fieldhouse. So Saturday, June the 14th, also, we will be in here for tea with the trustees as well. Also, we have the Neighborhood Housing Works Project. That's on June the 14th. And also, our great mayor has a Father's Day picnic. Is it Grove 7?
Yes.
Okay. The same day. So that Saturday is going to be a day filled with just some of everything. So please come out and join us for that as well. I know the mayor can elaborate on the Father's Day celebration. Also, Senator Napoleon Harris III, NHS, Dolton Park District, along with the Village of Dolton, presents Southland Career Fair, June the 7th. Also in this building, the Lester Long Fieldhouse, we'll have a job fair, June the 7th. They have a virtual workshop, June the 4th, from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pre-register, they have dressed professionally, arrive on time, bring your resumes, research, ask questions, and create an elevator speech. So that will be also June the 7th, right here at Lester Long Fieldhouse. Also, along with that, like I said, I have a whole slew of things actually to talk about. The expungement, June 28th, we have an expungement, and that is for state record only. So if you have a state offense, you've been incarcerated for something for the state, that will be June the 28th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I am working with 2 judges to see what we can do for anyone that has a federal offense. So we're working on that to see if we can expunge or seal federal federal charges. But we can expunge and seal anything for your state. They will take a look at it, let you know what they can do. For everything that you've been charged for or you've served time for, you will need a separate copy of your record, and you can obtain that from 35th in Michigan. So if you've been incarcerated for several things, you will need a copy of your record for each one that you have been incarcerated for, and that is for the state. So we're working with the state on that. She's going to let me know with the federal, then I will keep everyone posted. Again, June 28th, 10 a.m. right here in the Lester Long Fieldhouse. If you got any additional questions, definitely see me after today's meeting. Thank you. Some of it we do, yeah. And we will have one prepared for the explanation.
Mayor, I got 2 more I forgot.
Okay.
We'll go back to Trustee Belcher.
I got 2 more I forgot. I'm sorry. Tammy started. I thought she was going to mention some. Game night, our community game night, which we will continue having, is June 27, 2025.
6 p.m. at 14141 Martin Luther King Drive. That is Spence Cook Grand Lodge. We have been doing the fourth Friday of every month. So our community game night will be that night. And if you are a registered business in the village of Dolton, we will be having a business brunch for registered business owners June 25th at 11 a.m. Please see me to get more details, but it's for a business brunch for businesses registered in the village of Dolton. I can be reached also at 708-738-7986. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Trustee Belcher. Trustee Stan.
Thank you, Mayor. Just have a couple announcements. There is something that's coming up June the 13th, Men of Excellence. And the defendant's gonna recognize some gentlemen, former Mayor Osbury of Hazel Crest, Mayor Bryant of Robbins, Mayor Woods of Park Forest, Mayor Rudez of University Park, Mayor Pope of Burnham, James Ford of Country Club Hills, Ronald Denson of Calumet Park, Mayor Applewall of Markham. Oh, I missed So this is the 2025 annual induction ceremony, June the 13th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. Tenny Park Convention Center, 18451 Convention Center. And they have a special gentleman, our mild-mannered Mayor Jason House will be recognized as one of the men. And I'd just like to reiterate something that Trustee Tammy Brown kind of shared with me on that on the squatters. A bill, Senate Bill 1563, that has been passed. The Illinois legislature that will treat squatters as trespassers in waiting for Governor J.B. Pritzker's signature to become a law. So it has not fell on deaf ears. So that squatter law is coming into effect. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Trustee Brown. Trustee Steve.
Greetings, everyone. I want to also kind of, I hate to say piggyback, but to kind of reiterate the significance of the Juneteenth event. For years, it was the Park District doing the event, the library doing the event, the village doing the event. The Juneteenth event is going to be the village going forward, that's going to help out, the library and the Park District all doing one event. So we're trying to unify, it's Dolton United, and this is a sign of one event that's united with the governing bodies in Dolton. So please attend that June 14th Juneteenth event. That's going to be really, really significant as a start of the Dolton United slogan movement is actually put into action. Also, that June 14th is going to be a busy day for Dolton. It's going to be, you can enjoy your whole day in Dolton. You can start with Tea with the Trustees, you can go to the NHS event, you can go to the Juneteenth event, and then you end it with the Father's Day event, because that's from sun up to sundown. So you can spend your whole day with the residents in Dolton and with the village of Dolton. And then also my MS Walk for Multiple Sclerosis is coming up in July. So it'll be the second Saturday of July. I'll be sending that information out. Everybody register. So that's my annual event that I'm putting on. And that's it.
Thank you very much, Trustee Steve. Trustee Home. Okay, so we'll next go from general announcements. We'll be going to village clerk's report.
Good evening again, everyone. I'm requesting the Board of Trustees to approve the minutes for the month of May. We have minutes for the May 5th special board meeting, which was the swearing in. May 7th, 2025, we had a regular board meeting. And then on May 19th, 2025, we had another special board meeting. So I'm requesting that these minutes are approved today.
Is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes? So
Second.
Motion by Trustee Steve, second by Trustee Belcher. Any discussion? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher. Aye. Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Motion passed. Thank you very much, board.
Then we go to communications. Okay, we're gonna take off the communications part. Do you have any additional communications at this time?
No, not at this time. I actually gave the announcement at the
Okay, so we'll move this to item I on new business. Next up, we have no administrators report. Today, we will have a engineer report.
Thank you this evening, Mayor, Board, and residents. Copy of my report was distributed to all board members, the clerk, and to the mayor. A couple of items that I would like to announce. Working with the Public Works Department, Superintendent Bunch, and also Trustee Ed Steve, we will be resurfacing from 10 to 12 streets this summer. That will be part of the Rebuild Illinois MFT funding. The second item I have, there was a notice of funding opportunity through the Illinois Department of Transportation. Again, working with Superintendent Bunch and Trustee Ed Steve, we put together a funding application and submitted it on Saturday for $2.4 million to resurface various roads and alleys throughout the village. And the final item I have is the village was awarded $4 million in funding for lead service line replacement through the EPA, through their state revolving funds loan. So that's all I have this evening.
Are you talking about all that money? You should stay around a little bit longer. Thanks for that, Ron. Any questions from the board on the report as read? Okay. Hearing none. Next, we're going to go to the committee reports. We got the police and fire. Trustee Belcher, did you want to lead or you want to have the team?
Okay, all right. So I have the report for the police department. During the month of May 2025, the police department responded to 1,806 calls for service. In addition to responding to calls, the following activities were reported. 61 parking tickets that total $12,725, 77 state tickets, 1,821 red light tickets, 10 felony arrests, 22 misdemeanors, and 1 warrant. This is the report that ended May 31st, 2025. I do not have a report for the fire department at this time because they were going to have some awards. But I would like to say that, as the mayor stated, we are hiring for police officers. So it has been placed on the Blue Line. It's been placed on Facebook. It's been placed on a lot of different social media outlets. We prioritize the safety of our community. And we know the shortfalls that have happened over the last few months and actually few years. So we want to make sure that we are hiring people that represent us, people that are of integrity, and people that don't come with a lot of baggage. So there is a process. People think that it happens quickly, and it doesn't happen that quickly, but please bear with us. Also, in our last meeting, we discussed that we have a police and fire commission now, thank God. So that will help a lot with the process of hiring viable candidates for our police department and our fire department. So I would just like to say thank you all for being patient with us, and we are striving to make sure our community is safe and better.
Thank you for that report, Trustee Belcher. Additionally, thank you to the hardworking men and women for the police and fire department and gathering this information for us today. Next, we have a public works report. Yes. Steve, you want to lead that?
Yes. Greetings again. I want to start by saying I want to give some appreciation for the public works worker. You never want to have to call the police. You never want to have to call the firefighters. You never want to have that. If you have to, it's going to be something that you don't want to happen. But you're going to call Public Works. Because you're going to want a tree to get cut. You're going to want something to be picked up. What's up with this grass? What's up with these potholes? And we are aware of the potholes. Good Lord. Good Lord. We're aware of it. We are very aware of it. And we just got some cold patch in. Fortunately, we were behind it. We're still behind the bills. We're catching up a little bit. So we're able to fill some potholes. I went down one street. I had to swerve all the way to almost to the driving lane because the middle of the block was, and I talked to the neighbor, we got that filled. So we're working, the public works workers are working, and we're trying our best to improve and get out this hole that we're in and provide better service, because the majority of people just want you to respond. Can you cut this down? Can you do this? Or if you can't do it, tell me when you can't get to it. And that's the main thing people want. So Public Works we're improving Public Works, we're improving the response time. Go ahead and be patient. Please, if you got any complaints, my village cell phone is 708-968-0107. 708-968-0107. When I'm off work on the weekend, I like to ride around. Me and the mayor been riding around just to see what's going on in our village. I know we had the storm that happened, and trees. I know my block was out of power for about a day and a half, and trees were done. But the Public Works got going, got the stuff cleaned up, and we are down a front loader now. We got our front loader back. With the sucker truck is still down. It's in the shop. So we're slowly but surely improving. Be patient. We're aware of everything that's going on. We're aware how big these potholes are, and we are working to alleviate that. Some of the streets that are going to get done this upcoming year, I was just riding through. I found some streets that you think your street is bad. Good Lord, a whole block, and it's terrible. But we are moving forward to get this thing right. Be patient, and we're going to get to it. Please call if you got any concerns, and we will come out and address your concern. Thank you. That's it for my report.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. No, yes. No, I'm going to give you that. I do want to highlight our superintendent. Mild mannered, but I have to say this hard-working gentleman is here on his anniversary. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we want to thank you, and we want to thank you so much for everything you do. We're going to reassign any concerns that come up for the rest of this evening to Devon to take them down, and we're going to ask you to leave. Please take a moment. Happy anniversary. All right, next we have, next month we're going to switch this over to the full circle of committee reports, being the human relations and ethics. So we'll have a report on here for that coming next month, as well as the finance report and the youth. So those three are not on here. We will be going to those next month. We do not have a report for the water department, housing permits, nor code enforcement. We'll move along now to the corporate bills and the electronic warrant list. Trustee, did you want to read that into the record?
Yes, I'm going to start my first. This is my first reading of the warrant list. April 30th, 2025, the electronic warrant list, corporate payment registry, $59,625.57. Water fund registry, $299,047.33. Total corporate payments, $358,672.90. I'm asking for approval for the electronic warrant list.
Is there a motion to approve the list as read? So moved. We got a motion. Is there a second? Second. I heard motion, Trustee Steve, second, Trustee Holmes. Any discussion? Hearing none, Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown. Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right. AP warrant list for June 2nd, 2025. Corporate Payment Registry, $1,031,609.06. Gross payroll for May 2nd, 2025, $475,401.60. Gross payroll May 16, 2025, $425,601.42. Gross payroll May 30th, 2025, $455,881.61. Melanie Fitness Center Registry, $1,244.32. Total corporate payments, $2,389,738.01. I'm making a motion, but I would like to remove Gina Motorsport for $11,092.03.
Okay, we hear the amended motion by Trustee Belcher. Is there a second?
Second.
Hearing the motion, Trustee Belcher, second, Trustee Steve. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda, new business. Discussion and possible action requiring the approval of an ordinance. We did that one already in the meeting. Item B, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 25-005, approving the Rebuild Illinois bond funding. Ron, you have anything that we need to know about this one before we move it forward?
Not too much to add. It's just a standard Illinois Department of Transportation resolution that's just appropriating the Rebuild Illinois funding. So the board just approves that, and then we send that downstate, so that way they know the funding is obligated.
Okay. So I'll ask for a motion from the board to approve resolution 25-005.
Motion to accept, agree.
Okay, got the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Hearing motion, Trustee Stan Brown, second by Trustee Tammy Brown. Any discussion or questions for Ron at this time? Hearing none, Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, thanks, Ron.
Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda, I'll give a brief discussion on this. I will not be asking for any action at this time. There are two proposals that I've received from individuals that I will be asking if we can contract both our CPA accountants, and we'll be asking for them to contract specifically on the cash flow in the village of Dolton, doing an assessment, generating a list of what's outstanding for the board, as well as oversight on implementing, improving our cash flow situation. The reason that I'm putting this on there currently in the village of Dolton, we have one individual working in our finance department, one individual who's working in our human resources department, and the administrator is kind of holding it together. And I would like to have one person who is strictly focused on how we're going to get our bills paid and paid responsibly, and notify vendors who are outstanding when we can pay them and how we're going to get to it. So this will be a singularly focused endeavor. We currently have 2 quotes that have come in, and we will seek one more, but I would like to ask the board if the board is okay, once there's a preferred vendor, if I can get the consent when I speak one-on-one and ratify it at the next board meeting, if that is the board's pleasure. So I will be doing more follow-up, and those quotes will be sent to the board members. Next up, we have discussion and possible action RFP for a board up. Trustee Tammy Brown.
Good evening. Just wanted to let everyone know that we will be looking for a new board up service. So you can submit, if you know of anyone that can submit their proposal for a new board up service. We're looking to bring on two different companies, because we're going to go between those individuals. You might have something going on the west side of town, then also maybe a fight on the south.
So we'll have 2 different vendors that we can possibly use for this new board of service. So if you know of anyone, please have them to submit their proposal for the board of service. Thank you.
And Trustee, I'm going to ask the administrator as well to assist with drawing up a formal, or have you spoken with them already?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we will also have a formal written RFP available for all.
Yeah, I spoke to the village administrator.
Thank you very much. All right. The next item is also yours. Discussion and possible action.
Wait, I had discussion.
Oh, yeah. Discussion. I'm sorry. Trustee Belcher.
So the RFP that go out, are we looking to get 2 new ones, or are we gonna keep the one we have? I'm looking for 2 new. Okay. So do we have a contract with the one that we have now?
There's no current contract in place. I would say my recommendation would be that we make it open to all and
To everybody.
Okay. Any additional questions at this time? Okay, hearing none, the next item as well, Trustee Tammy Brown, is item E.
Thank you, Mayor. For some time, I have talked about a Veterans Memorial Park for some time. We had spoke about it when Mayor Riley Rogers was the mayor of bringing a Veterans Memorial Park, but unfortunately the mayor had taken ill and that sort of fell by the wayside. I've spoken to, when he was Chief McCain, about looking for some grant funding to do a Veterans Memorial Park. Well, I had a young man who's a resident of Dolton came to me some time ago and said, hey, I want to work with you. I worked with Mayor Rogers before he got ill, so now I want to work with you to bring a Veterans Memorial Park. We're looking at the location for Lincoln and King Drive on that corner that looks like a triangle. It definitely will not be no cost to the village of Dolton. And I have the young man here. Can you please stand up, Mr. Carlos Redmond, and explain to the village some things that we discussed to bring this Veterans Memorial Park to the village of Dolton. He's also a resident of Dolton.
How everybody doing? My name is Carlos Redmond. I'm the founder of Chicago Area Veterans Forum. And I do a lot of work with the veterans in the city, down in Springfield. And like I say, Mayor Riley, former mayor, good friend of mine. I just want to do something for, Dolton. I'm a resident, so congrats to Mayor House and Trustee Brown for inviting me out, but I can make it happen if y'all wanted that. But it won't be a problem to execute it and get some veterans to even help me, but let's make it happen.
And tell them some of the things that we discussed to put on that property.
So we can get some items from the surplus downstate, donated by me having a nonprofit, and then with the village help on some signatures, but we can get maybe whatever they have, a tanning, maybe get some flagpoles put up. I do landscaping, so we ain't gonna have to worry about that part. I beautify it and make it look good.
And we talked about the picnic tables and
all. Oh, and then I'm working now with some veteran organizations that putting together, building some brand new picnic tables and benches. I think they're supposed to start building them in July. So as time goes on, I'll be accumulating some stuff and putting it up so that we can have for the memorial. And that'll be free of cost.
What information would you need for next steps?
We're going to put together the paperwork for that. And you said we would need an elected official to sign off on that.
Yes, ma'am.
Which I've already spoken to the senator. So there could be an issue at all.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
And I would love to, in the future, let's put together a veteran advisory board for Dolton. Got some nice veterans out here doing some great things. And, veterans can make things happen a little quicker. Once we get in front of it, we go tackle it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your interest. Okay, so next we have on our agenda approval of item F, approval of determination. We only have one of these individuals, executive assistant. That's the other one. is no longer with us at this moment. So approval, I'll ask for a motion to approve the termination of the executive assistant discussed. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Here, a motion by trustee Belcher, second by trustee Tammy Brown. Any discussion? And no discussion. Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Yes, sir.
Motion passed.
Okay, next is the approval of an administrative assistant in the fire department. We will refer to the individual as SH. Approval of that, and I'll ask for a motion to approve administrative assistant. I hear a motion by trustee Holmes. Is there a second? Second. Here, motion, trustee Holmes, second, trustee Stan Brown. Any discussion? Oh, wonderful individual is also a resident of the great village of Dolton. So, having said that, I'll ask for a roll call.
Trust. Let me take the roll first. Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Okay. Next, we have the approval of an administrative assistant for the village administrator, individual N like Nancy, M like Mark. I'll ask, is there a motion at this time? So moved. Second. Here, a motion by trustee Steve, second by trustee Holmes. Any discussion? There's no discussion. I'll ask clerk Key for a roll call.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Thank you very much. Final item on the agenda is discussion and action regarding the appointment. I'm asking the board to approve the appointment to our Planning and Zoning Commission, Dan Lee, as well as former trustee Robert Pearson. So I'll ask the board at this time, is there a motion to approve the appointment of those two individuals? Here, a motion by trustee Holmes. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion trustee Holmes, second trustee Belcher. Any discussion? Hearing none, clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay. And at this time, we will ask these two individuals to come up, and we have an oath of office for you. First.
But that's not good fixing.
Are you doing that?
Is Robert here? Is he here?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done. Here's the.
And here's me.
There's perfect order there.
No, no, Mike.
Thank you. I guess I gotta stand where you can see it. Okay, I'm gonna say I, you repeat after me, and each of you state your names. I,
Danny Lee,
having been appointed to the office of Planning and Zoning Committee in the Village of Dolton, in the County of Cook, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that
and that
I will faithfully discharge
I will faithfully discharge
the duties of
the duties of
the Office of Planning and Zoning
the Office of Planning and Zoning
for the Village of Dolton
for the Village of Dolton
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Tim.
Hey, Dallas. Sorry, Commissioner Gordon. Like that. So we have one more that we would like to swear in for our Police and Fire Committee.
Raise your right hand. I forgot to tell those gentlemen to do it. So repeat after me. I, Dallas Gordon, having been appointed to the office of Police and Fire Committee in the Village of Dolton, in the County of Cook, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that
and that
I will faithfully discharge
I will faithfully discharge
the duties of
the duties of
the Office of Police and Fire Commission
the Office of Police and Fire Commission
for the Village of Dolton
for the Village of Dolton
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
I want to say I'm happy to have Dallas back. He used to be on our Police and Fire Commission, and he was an excellent person on the commission. So we are happy to have him back on.
I do want to, for, being Dolton got so much publicity, a lot of more people are paying attention to government. These are volunteer positions. These are not paid positions. If you didn't know that, some people I've seen, some YouTubers, these are all people who live in Dolton who want to volunteer time to help this village out. And you got to give that another round of applause.
Okay, the next thing we have is our mayor's report. I have three brief comments, if three, because I think many of them we went over. Oh, I'm preparing my video for next month. We talked about the grass cutting, so we recognize that grass cutting had fallen behind schedule, as mentioned, with the assistance of Trustee Steve. That is back. We got a grass cutting list. We expect the grass to be fully cut by the end of this week for all the abandoned homes. So if you do have homes that need special attention, please email them in to, I gotta have an email, to S. Williams at V like Victor, O like Oscar, Dolton.org. Again, that's S. Williams at vodalton.org. We'll make sure that those homes get on the list. Second thing is, as mentioned by Trustee Belcher, police department is hiring. So we want to make sure that that if you know anybody who's qualified, we want their applications, and we're pleased that we also have the Police and Fire Committee. I do have to give special acknowledgement or thanks to the officers. We've had a very rough 4 years. And with that being said, that took a toll, of course. It took a toll on everybody. Of course, we saw the board and the community had its challenges, but the employees, and there are many employees that have suffered through extremely, extremely difficult time. I get torn a little bit about saying, of course, we want to make sure we give the appropriate level of grace, and at the same time, we have a responsibility today and moving forward that we continue to grow and make things better. I think things today are better than they were a month ago, and we expect they will be much better 3 months from now than they are today. But thank the hardworking men and women in the police department for all that they do. Thank the hardworking men and women from the fire department. I want to thank the public works and all the administrative staff. I think when we go in now, the response time should be much, much better than they were a month or 2 months ago, because we know the first step is making sure that we communicate. Now, honestly speaking, some people don't like what we're communicating to them, but we will make sure that we at least have that level of communication so we can take our town to the next level. Next item on there, which is going to be big, so we're pleased to welcome day number 1 of our new employee, Warren, right over here. So one second. Yeah, Warren, go ahead. Come on, everybody give him a round of applause. Warren will be spearheading our website improvements. So as part of our transparency push, we've been able to get some items up there, but we have not had a full system in place until now. And I'm certain that you'll see many, many more items on our website, as well as great content. I also want to yield to Trustee Steve on the new development that you did.
Oh, yes. Channel 4 is up and running, if you didn't know. So if you got Comcast, you can get Channel 4. And then, like you said, I know we've been behind with certain things with the clerk, with the minutes. They have all the minutes, but getting on the website. So there's no more complaints. But where the minutes at? We're going to work hard to get everything updated. So again, communication is a big part of getting our message out, changing the narrative, and we're really showing Dolton United. So we move forward with that.
Okay, our next item. Right. The next item is we've received a lot of interest in the position. In particular, our police chief. We had numerous candidates. I've reported it several times, and that level of interest is great because that lets us know that people have not turned their backs on the village. It also prompted the need for a different level of thoroughness. So we are behind our desired timeline on implementing that. We have brought in a consultant who has, I would say, specialized in doing the search. With that being done, we have a panel, which are two police chiefs from neighboring communities, 2 board members, and our consultant, to make sure there's a thorough vetting of the individuals that come in, that are brought forth to the board. They have a scorecard. The scorecard will look at, of course, items on the resume, credentials, background in other communities, 5+ years of experience as a supervisor, 10+ years experience of patrolling, and all of those scores will be tabulated to make sure that the individual is well vetted and appropriate for our needs in this community. Similarly, we will be doing a process like that with our fire department to make sure that we have somebody that we can all be proud of. So it's still on the table. It's still a big focus. I want to thank again the teams that are here, the team that continues to work. And I'm not going to say those who have stepped up in this time frame to lead when they weren't called on. That are really appreciated. Lastly, I think I have one person, so I will tell just a little bit more background because we have fun. And sometimes people say, when we talk about Dolton United, and they see us out there, and we say, DU? So sometimes people don't really understand where we were going with it. I think it's clever and catchy that we get to engage with one another. But the real thing is to make sure that we're focusing on Dolton first and Dolton staying united. So if I'm on the telephone call with Trustee Steve and he says something I don't like, I just remind that Dolton comes first, and I say Dolton United. And we can't argue today. But we also want to make sure that people know that just because we've gotten to this moment, there still is a lot of hurt, a lot of frustration. People over the years have really bumped heads. and we want to keep the focus on Dolton being united. So we continue to promote that unity amongst even whether it's the slogan or any logos that you see out there. Please know to keep Dolton first, and if we do that, then there shouldn't be many fights or arguments amongst us, because we have to say, is this in Dolton's best interest? So having said that, that is my concluding remark for this. We do have to go in executive session, so we will have a brief executive session. And I believe we should be out within 15 minutes, I would hope. So I'll ask for a motion to adjourn, to go into executive session.
I make a motion.
Here, motion, Trustee Belcher. Is there a second? Second, Trustee Steve. Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown. Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
All right. So those who wish to stay, please feel free to stay, and we will be back shortly.